All right, we are back. The long anticipated Power Hour Pals Fan Duel Recap 2019. We're doing the full season here. It got a little dull. I know I haven't hit it until about since like week 4, week 5. So to spice it up a little bit, I brought Jason in with me. Jason, how we doing?
What's going on? It's always a great day when we're talking about football.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. Let's recap the action here. What do you think about this year?
Oh man, it was a fun year. A lot of new names up on the scene. I know there are every year. This year it seemed like there's a lot more diversity in points scored. I mean, you got guys that we never heard of, guys we never anticipated. And for a half-point PPR league, I mean, there were points flying every single week.
Yeah, let's break it down right away with our third place winner.
Mike DePaul, Mike DePuti came in third place. Really, this was his year. For those of you who don't know, in the V Hill Family League, he went from worst to first this year, took the whole thing. Every guy he looked at this year, every guy he touched and rostered, they scored points. He had the magic touch. He had the magic eye. He was the man this year. It was great to see him place money leagues, like you mentioned, in both leagues this year.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see Mikey D with the third place winner. Definitely happy for him, scoring 751 points out of his 5 highest scores of the week. That's kind of how we broke it down with the infographic right in front of you here. Your 5 highest scores of the whole season is that cumulative number that you see to the right of the usernames there. So into second place, we got Dad in his first year. What do you think?
Man, he is now no new guy to fantasy sports. A little bit newer to DFS, but he knows how to pick them. We've seen this for years. Good to have him in the league.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's unfortunate that neither you or I show up in the top 3, but a V Hill name up there definitely sounds good. Keep it in the family, you know. And our winner this year, Alex Coles, with 778.44. What a year.
What a year, man. I tell you, well, I guess having Al wins, let's keep it in the family now, right?
That's true.
Gotta love it, though. I mean, Al had a lot of guys that, he went and got his guys, and I'm really excited to see how he gets fired up for his guys week in and week out, no matter who it is. He always gives you, though, I don't know, and they always put up 30 points. So I'm excited to see who's going to make his song this offseason.
I love that. So just real quickly, some housekeeping. We did end up doing $10 for the whole season this year. Payouts are going to be going through LeagueSafe and Venmo, and I'll communicate to the 3 winners here how that's all going to work. Thank you to the most of the league who paid. If you haven't paid and would like to participate in paying so I don't have to supplement your $10, you can hit me up on Venmo. Those people would be Zimmy, Rhodey, Cotter, Ashley, and Kelsey. You can throw me $10. That would help us out so I don't have to supplement the extra $50. Thank you there. Back to the fun stuff. How about the players?
Oh, man. There are so many guys that scored just a ton of points, like you said. Number 1 scoring overall this year and number 1 quarterback option. Obviously, the league MVP, Lamar Jackson, with 421 points. I mean, I don't even know what to say about this guy that hasn't already been said. Just fantastic. Phenomenal.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy in the daily fantasy sports atmosphere. He was so cheap for the first 5 weeks. People capitalized and scored crazy amounts of points because they were taking Lamar and he was scoring 30, 40 points a week. It was crazy. He was so cheap. And then obviously by the end of the year, he was the most expensive player week in and week out.
Well deserved, well earned. Absolutely.
And the running back.
Run CMC, Christian McCaffrey, running back. Panthers, 939 points this year. I mean, he was Mr. Do-It-All. He was pounding the rock, bouncing outside, catching fun routes, doing gadget plays. I mean, that's what you want to see out of a running back. They can do all phases of the game. Great to watch.
I will say you got a little dyslexic there. It wasn't 939, it was 393, but it was still a really good year. Michael Thomas set a record for most catches by a wide receiver. What a year.
Oh, man, especially in that offense. That was done without Drew Brees for quite a few games. What more can you say?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's also crazy to think as a Viking fan, he could have easily been ours in the first round. We take Treadwell, and look what happens just 4 years later.
Bummer.
Travis Kelce, another great year. I know you're a big Kelce fan.
Oh, always. I mean, I think I got him on his first big season, Had them 3-4 years in a row in my personal fantasy league. It's really cool to see guys just putting up points watching KC. I know everybody's drawn to the TV every time they play, and you've always got 3 or 4 guys scoring tons of points. It's awesome to see. We still have 1 or 2 reliable tight ends, and Kelsey's always one of those guys every year.
Yeah, I feel like how it goes strategy-wise, you either take a top-end tight end or you take a guy for a really low cost. But Kelsey proved that he's worth it almost every week, even when Patrick Mahomes was out. And the Patriots this year, what a crazy year that they had. I think they went like 10 straight weeks scoring like 20 points. It was nuts.
Absolutely nuts. My ears always perk up every year. Someone wants to make a comparison on defense to the '85 Bears, and weeks 1 through 8, it was close. They were turnover machines. Great schemes, great sacks, fun to watch. But it's really hard to get excited when the team kind of tails off towards the second half of the year there.
Yeah, I agree. And the kicker, I mean, we don't have to spend too much on kickers, but Harrison Butker obviously kicking for the Super Bowl winning Kansas City Chiefs. It's always nice to get a kicker who's scoring more than 10 points a week.
Don't put me in dad joke jail here, but I'd say he kicked butt this year.
Damn. Can always rely on you for one of those. How about a chat? We got some cool stats here that we can break down. What do you think about DePauw's dominant weeks?
Much like we said, everything he touched turned to gold, and it showed up in the stat columns as well.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, 5 weekly wins, it sounds like he should be higher on the list, but obviously you win weeks, sometimes you win a week with 120 points and something like that, but that's kind of how it breaks out. Obviously, it doesn't affect the bottom line, but he did take third, so he should be happy with that. Just a little tidbit. We had, what is that, 4 people tied with 3 weekly wins? That's nuts.
Well, you betcha. I mean, that just shows, we have got a league of people that know a little bit about a little bit, at least, in this league. So fun to have.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think it's super cool that that's happening, and the consistency is really there throughout the whole season and throughout all of our owners. And then Zimmy's record, man, we got to talk about this. Week 5, Zimmy scored 197 points. I thought he was going to run away with the whole damn thing after that week.
Oh my gosh, this one, not to say it came out of nowhere, because Jimmy's always hiding in the background, pretty nonchalant. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's that. Okay. Boom. 179 points, 197 points, whatever it was. Just ridiculous. I mean, I'm still waiting to see us eclipse 200. I think we can do it next year with the way that Mahomes and Lamar Jackson are putting up points, and I'm sure Zimmy will snipe those guys week in and week out.
Yeah, man, 200 points, that'd be something else. I mean, you better put your name in to one of those $1 million leagues if you're going to hit 200 some points.
Amen.
Right? I mean, how cool would that be if you won like $1 million playing daily fantasy sports?
No power hours on him next week.
That's right. So let's just break it down real quick. We showed you the first, second, and third place winners. This is how it's going to break it down money-wise. First place will get $80, second place will get $40, and third place will get their money back. This is roughly broken down by percentages, with the first place team getting 60%, the second place team getting 30%, and then the third place team getting roughly 10% of their winnings. And then as we look into next year, we want to just talk about a couple things. If we're happy where we're at with $10, what do you think about that, Chase?
Works for me. It's fantasy football. I've got no problem throwing money at it, because really that is one of my guilty pleasures, one of my passions, one of my pastimes. So I'll always promote a higher payout there. I know for those who are a little bit more casual, maybe not. But I'd love to hear a discussion, some feedback, some comments, and text about that from everybody else too.
Yeah, I agree. And throughout the off season, we can talk about this too. But if you have people within our friend group who you think would be great for the league and would want to join and are willing to put in $10 to play, we are happy taking more people. We have 13 participants last year. We can go up to 18 participants currently how our league is set up. So if you want more people in, just let me know and I can send out that invite come August. League Pick'ems. Jason, what were you thinking here?
This is something where this is a fun medium, to have interactions, to be involved with football. We wanted to see maybe if that's something to it. I saw some interaction with our consistent players here. Wanted to see. I know you and I we join a league for the pick'ems each week. We have a good time with that. Wanted to take a chance to invite others to let them know that that is an option out there. What it is picking teams every week, different types of picks every week. And then, off stream here, we can talk more about it if you're interested. Fun to get more interaction going always.
Yeah, it's definitely another way to grow out our fantasy football fun and kind of get more into the actual games of football and not just looking at fantasy sets every week. You can take your favorite your favorite teams, and do all that fun stuff. I think that's an idea that if people are interested in, we can set that up as well. I think this is going to be the most fun part about it. But who is your favorite or guilty pleasure picks this year, Jason? Give me one name you're thinking of.
The guilty pleasure, I shouldn't even say it. I love getting Aaron Jones, running back, Green Bay Packers. I know it's sacrilegious to say, diehard Bears fan, but he's a guy I really wanted in my fantasy leagues. Didn't get him this year, and so I kind of had to live vicariously through the Fan Duel to get him. I mean, the dude just put up points, number 2 scoring running back this year. Needed to have him.
Yeah, Aaron Jones definitely was a consistent play week in and week out because it felt like he scored almost every week. I think he finished the year with like 19 total touchdowns, 14 on the ground or something like that. Definitely a good pick. I'll give you my first guy, and I took him almost every week. I took DJ Chark because, man, he was fun to watch.
You might.
Yeah, man. I think he was super cool. Obviously, Foles comes in. I was really happy about that, so I was playing Chark early. I think I started him week 2, not even knowing who he was. And then the gunslinger comes in, and I mean, he was consistent, and he was pretty much a value pick throughout the whole year. I really liked him.
Awesome to hear. Yeah, I think that was an interesting set down there in Jacksonville. I mean, that's something too. I was high on D.D. Westbrook, knowing that Foles likes the slot guys. Both of them got hurt. That was one of my guilty, probably shouldn't have played him as much as I did picks. D.D. Westbrook, wide receiver in that same receiving core.
Right. Do you have another guy that you liked?
Yeah, so I don't know how many of you watched Hard Knocks, watched John Gruden. I tell you what, man, you might notice that's picking up in our stream as well. But not usually a sucker for a redemption story, but Darren Waller, tight end.
Oh, yeah.
This guy's got it all on paper. I mean, converted wide receiver to tight end, fast, still learning the position, but man, he put up numbers in an offense that really, didn't take off a little bit until the second half of the year. In a league where, you've got your top 3, top 4 tight ends, this was the guy I thought I could sneak in there, and he 2/3 of the time, 3/4 of the time, proved me right.
Yeah, I think that's a cool, favorite little pick that, doesn't always show up every week, but he was consistent. That's cool. I got a question for you as well. I found myself picking Viking players a lot, obviously, because I'm a Viking fan. Dalvin Cook was huge for me. Thielen was obviously tough with injuries. Diggs was inconsistent throughout the year. I'm looking into next year. Should I even take Viking fans? How do you feel as a Bears fan? Would you stay away, or would you like to take Bears?
I would stay away, not because of the where the Bears are at currently. You can get a couple good weeks. Obviously, A-Rod was a stud. The defense can be reliable. But to me, it gets a little bit too frustrating when if they're playing a game and they lose in real life, and then they also cause you to lose your fantasy games. I try to stay away from my guys.
The double whammy.
Oh, it's crushing. It really, turns down the power hour mood.
Yeah, I agree. That double whammy's tough. Yeah, I think I got to do better next year to not take a Viking every week. I sometimes I felt like I was taking 3 Vikings in any given week, and that's kind of tough. Well, let's break it down for 2020. Jason, what are you looking to see next year?
More points. Points, and points. I love seeing fantasy points. That goes without saying, though. So I'd like to see some more interaction. I know we're all hitting different points in our life where people are moving away and we got busy, but let's try and get to some more power hours, too. I know that'll help fuel the Fan Duel conversation, keep the fantasy alive, and obviously keep us going forward.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I wish I was there to celebrate with you guys. I think I made it to a power hour or 2 this year. Obviously, it's a little harder for me than everybody else in Minnesota, but I think this thing is growing. I think it's definitely fun. I'm excited to do it again next year. My apologies on how the content kind of broke down after week 5 and how kind of the money was handled, but we'll get it all situated, and we're really excited for next year. We're excited about you guys. Please comment on the text message / email that's going to be sent out, and give this video a like, because I think we're going to keep doing it if you guys think it's cool. Jason, any last remarks?
Oh, you betcha. No, this is something I think we're going to try and pick up, have some fun with. Um, you know, we'll see where it goes, and I'm excited to really take it the next step if we can.
Uh,
Other than that, see you guys next football season, and Luke, I'll catch you next stream.
that's right. Signing off, guys. Power Hour Pals season recap.